Hello and welcome to another weekly. It is Tuesday today. I am starting this weekly vlog a day late because last week's weekly was a bit of a mess, and yesterday I just really wanted to chill out and relax, so I wrote off the day completely. So here we are, it's Tuesday. I am working later on this evening. However, my first update will be a bit of reading. So I am currently reading The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. This is this is also narrated by Carrie Hope Fletcher. So I am listening to the audiobook along with this. Last night I got to page 79, so I've made a good lot of progress. So this book is about our main character, Penny Bridge, and she is unlucky in love. She's in her 30s. She ends up having 3 love interests after having no luck at all. She has got quite an interesting backstory, which I've found so far. She has a lot going for her. She is a really kind of strong, likable main character. However, the first guy we're kind of following, it's a bit confusing as to why she would just leave him in the first place. So I am a bit confused as to how there ends up being 3 when she's pretty much found her perfect guy already. So we'll see how this goes. I am enjoying it. It's a good read. So I'm going to carry on with this and I'll keep you updated once I've read a bit more. I currently have Bed Hair Situation, as you can see. I washed it last night and I just haven't done anything with it this morning, especially since a hat will go on later. Before we know it, we're going to be going into June and it will be the next month's Buzzwordathon. So I have 4 books picked out, even though there are so many I could choose from, because the buzzword for June will be a name or a title. And I just have so many books on my TBR that have a name or title in. But I've picked 4 and I've picked the order I'm going to read them in. So that will possibly be my next video. This week I am going to try and finish The Love Square. I don't know if I'll get to pick up anything in between that, but we'll see how we get on. Sammy made me lunch, as usual. Our days are disappearing, aren't they, Sam? We gotta walk the babies in the rain. I've just got home, it's 10:15 and I'm in my pajamas. I've got a cup of tea and I'm gonna sit and read some more of The Love Square. However, I am having some issues with this book. I am on page 131. So I have read a decent amount. First of all, she was considering ending a relationship because the sex was bad, and I just don't think that's reason enough, especially if you haven't tried yet. I mean, they had sex once and it was bad, so she was going to break up with him. I think that's just a bit pathetic. So the bit I flagged was, a disappointing later you is upsetting, but to a man who needs his testosterone to validate his masculinity, devastating. I think that's just... This was released in 2020 and I feel like that statement alone is really far behind the now. That really bugged me. And then the next bit was, she mentions briefly that she keeps a vibrator in her bedside table. Now that is more, not accepting nowadays, but people are a lot more open about sex toys and things like that. So I did think that was good. And then a few pages on, I believe her sister has decided to be her surrogate. Her sister is in a same-sex relationship and they don't want kids, but she's happy to carry her child, her sister's child, because she needs a surrogate. And she wants to do that for her, which is actually really sweet. When I told Sam this, she went, yeah, I wouldn't do that for you. First relationship, kind of, do you know what? They were seeing each other for a couple of months. It wasn't very long, maybe even less than that. And she had to move away, but didn't even bring up with him that he should possibly go with her. He really wanted to, but neither of them discussed it. So when she went to leave, she was really emotional and turned the van around to go back and ask him if he wanted to join her. And as soon as she did that, she saw him kissing another woman. So she just drove on and has now ignored him, ignored his messages. He's even wrote to her, sent her a letter. And I do think it's going to be a classic misunderstanding. But when you're kissing someone, I don't know how much of a misunderstanding that could be. After that, I can see why she's kind of moving on. It took her way too long to figure out she needed to talk to him about it. You know, it doesn't matter how soon the relationship is. If it's going well, you discuss the future of that relationship. Whereas she kind of just made this decision to go and not really kind of discuss it with him as to whether he should be going with her. And I just think that was a poor decision. It's Wednesday and I was going to film something this morning before we were going out, but it's just been totally crazy. I've got some editing done. I didn't sleep at all last night. I think I got to sleep about 3. Woo! Something like that. I'm not quite sure.
I need to take this hoodie off.
I wanted to do something with my hair, but there we go. All I did was put some water on it. We are about to go to Greg's and work to drop off stuff that Jess brought home that she wasn't meant to. Mum's waving in the window. And then meeting with some friends.
In a castle.
In a castle. We got some sausage rolls and we got all the donuts. I'm gonna have 2 donuts. I feel like one's just not good enough. This box is mine because look, that looks better than that box.
Where's my donut?
In the car door.
All my shit in the car door.
Well, where else do you want it? In my mouth.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
How fun? Is there supposed to be? Is it broken fountain? Oh, how lovely.
My, what a big lens you have, Ian.
It's quite funny on here. It looks like Sam is just hidden in the amongst the trees.
Okay. Good job. Did you watch the live action Lion King by any chance?
No.
Because I thought exactly the same thing. Maybe it's a girl's fault.
Should she have flaps then?
Paid with cash.
Got this drink. I am about to pour myself a Brothers Honeycomb cider. Mum got me, her and Sam one of these each. However, Sam isn't a massive fan because it's too cidery. Thought I would also share my thoughts on the Love Square, and I really don't know how I feel about this book. I am now on page 253, so I don't have a lot of this book left. So I am going to finish it today and we're going to see how I sit with it. And this book isn't as simple as just 3 guys fancying her and she gets to choose which one she wants. No. So she had a relationship with one of them, thought he went straight onto someone else when she was going to originally ask him to move with her. And then she met Thomas, who is not, he doesn't want to be in monogamous relationships, so he likes to be in multiple relationships at once, which she's fine with. So she just sleeps with him whenever he is around. He takes her on walks and they have a really carefree relationship. And then she meets the third guy, who is her wine supplier, and he is 20 years older than her, and again, it's mostly a sexual relationship, so it's quite obvious who is the one for her, and it was obvious from the start. There isn't any mystery to this book whatsoever, and the drama that is beginning to unfold just feels really unnecessary. It's really odd how the author wrote Lizzo into the story, and not only wrote actual Lizzo into the story, but she was possibly in a relationship with one of these guys. I don't know about that. Bit strange. I am considering setting up an Instagram just for my channel, for booktube, and maybe views of walks I do, things like that. A couple of myself, obviously. But yeah, just a whole new Instagram account. So for this video, there won't be any links in the bottom unless I start setting one up. Facebook, I haven't put any details in there for now. I don't think I'm gonna create a Facebook page. I am just keeping my Facebook very private. I've changed all the settings and I've reduced my friendships, like my friends on there, down to just the closest friends I've got, or even just people I really want to stay in touch with. So I've also done that. I am possibly only going to provide one email address on my description as well, because I was having 2, just for kind of personal emails and then business, but I'm just going to whittle that down to 1. I'm going to keep it really simple. We're going to have Goodreads, we're going to have Instagram, and we're going to have an email address, and then that I just keep it nice and simple for the videos. So I might even do a Twitter as well. Yeah, I think I'll do a Twitter as well. So we'll have Twitter and Instagram, and then the email and Goodreads. So that'd be the 4. Yeah, that sounds good. So I'm going to do that. I've got my toast on the side and I am just about to do some spaghetti hoops again. I might even have noodles as a snack later as well, you know, because I really fancy both. Like, I just don't really want noodles and spaghetti hoops at the same time. But I have not eaten like a massive amount today. Sausage roll and a couple of donuts is pretty much it. So I think I'll have my spaghetti hoops now, maybe some noodles a bit later. That brother cider went down so well. I'm gonna have a cup of tea now though, make my spaghetti hoops and listen to some audiobook. So I have finished The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. Yeah, by Laura Jane Williams. And I've given this a 3 out of 5. And Do you know what, even when I filled in the Cool Pal spreadsheet, to start with it was a 4, and I had to rethink because it definitely isn't a 4-star, because it's good. I really enjoyed the writing. The writing was great, so it is good, but it's just not fun. It's not fun. But it's a good book. So some of the characters were really well written. I liked how there was a non-binary character. There were there was a gay couple, there was a lesbian couple, there were non-monogamous people. So the characters were good. That part was fun. I loved the non-binary character, Charlie. Charlie was a great addition. It ended well. It just shouldn't have taken this long to get there. For a romance, it wasn't very steamy. There wasn't much steam. So if you want a romance with a bit of steam in it, this isn't the one for you. I just think it wasn't worth the hassle, because right at the start, there was a very small mistake that led to the whole thing being created, when really all of these issues could have been solved very quickly. Next up, I am going to read With Malice by Eileen Cook. Eileen Cook? So this is about someone that wakes up in a hospital while on a school trip in Italy. However, it's apparent that she was involved in an accident, when later on we find out it wasn't actually an accident. So I'm going to give this a read next. I picked it up, flicked to the first page, and I was like, yeah, this feels like I'm going to enjoy it. So this one, let's see how many pages. This one's 293 pages, so very similar to the last one. Do you know what? Some books always look a lot smaller than they actually are, but the writing is a fairly decent size, so it shouldn't take me too long. Hopefully, I will finish it in this video. The end of this month, I do want to read? No, I don't. Well, I do, but I want to upload a books I read throughout May, because I feel like there was a lot, and I don't know if I discussed them all, but it'd be nice just to run through them all. So I think I am going to do a May wrap up this month after I finish this book. I mean, we have 5 days until the Buzzwordathon, so I get to finish this one. Don't know if I'll pick one up in between. I have some evening noodles while I continue to edit. It is currently Thursday. I haven't filmed anything yet today. I have sorted the dogs' insurance policies out. So I've been on the internet because we have Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi person came this morning, and hallelujah, praise the Lord, we have Wi-Fi. So that's happened. Sorted the dogs' policies out. I've cancelled both of those. I'm going to set them up on a new one with a local vet, which has a lot better benefits, and their schemes are a lot better for them. So I'm going to do that as soon as I'm paid. I have booked a haircut somewhere local for next week, which I'm really excited about. It's just to trim it, so while it grows it feels a bit tidier. I am hoping to get it possibly a bit lighter. The last colour, although I loved it, was only done like 2 weeks ago. It was a bit too dark for me, and it seems to look really dirty really quickly. So I'm hoping to lighten that. I felt a bit rubbish this morning, so I haven't done much reading at all. I only read a couple of pages last night, but I'm on page 32, so honestly, I have not read much of this at all, but it is such a good book already. Just 32 pages in, I am really enjoying it. It's really fun to read. I'm just really distracted today. I created a new Twitter account, and I've changed all the details on there so I can promote BookTube and maybe kind of talk to more BookTubers on there, get a little taste of the community, make some online friends via Twitter, and I think I'm going to do an Instagram as well. I've also had a book come in the post. This was a pre-order for a new release that I forgot to cancel just because I hadn't been working. However, I am really pleased this one has arrived. The 4 books I currently own ready for Buzzwordathon next month has now become 5. I completely forgot about this book coming out. So this is Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. Look how cute it looks. It looks so adorable. I absolutely love fake dating stories as well. So this is definitely going to be the first book I pick up. Although I have been also really wanting to read the books that are currently on my TBR shelf ready for the Buzzwordathon. This one is now going to be the very first one. I'm so excited. So I'll read you the back. Easygoing and popular, Hani Khan has it all until she comes out as bisexual and her friends don't believe her. An academic overachiever, Issue Day, has a lot to prove, but her shot at head girl relies on being popular. Their solution, pretend to be dating, even though they hardly know each other, but as they get closer, things get messy. Can 2 Bengali girls find happily ever after, even when the odds are stacked against them? I am so excited for this book. I love the artwork. I love the cover so much. It's so beautiful. Fake dating stories are so much fun. I really liked the Netflix film. I think it was, what was it? Holiday, which is kind of a Christmas romance. It's got a bit of kind of fake dating in. Love that. It was such a good film. So I have just spent a good hour playing around trying to create a new banner for my YouTube. I think I'm pleased with what I've done. It is cute, so I might leave it as that. Well, I'm gonna have to leave it as that for now anyway, just because I start work in an hour. And I mean, I'm not even in my uniform. I haven't even got any food ready to take with me. So I'm gonna do that. The start of With Malice, what I've read so far, the young girl we're following, Jill, she's woken up in hospital, and the last thing she remembers is actually a show or a play she was actually in 6 weeks ago. So she has got 6 weeks of her memory missing, and she doesn't know this. So she's woke up, she's asking for her best friend. I mean, I've only read 32 pages, and the secrets or the things she doesn't know that are coming to light already are really shocking. She wasn't even aware she'd already been to Italy. So she's asking to still go on this trip, and she wants to go to Italy, and she's pleading with her parents without realizing she has already been. So a lot going on, but it's such an easy read, so interesting. With the things that have come out 32 pages in, I'm really looking forward to what else could possibly like come out of this, and what other memories she's completely forgotten and what memories she's missing. So really enjoying this. I won't be reading any more today just because I need to get stuff ready for work and actually go to work. Our dad is coming to visit next weekend, and I've got a haircut next week, so we've got a few things planned for next week, which is quite nice. I am looking forward to picking up this book. I don't even know if I'll be able to wait till Buzzwordathon. Depends how long it takes me to read With Malice, just because I'm so excited to read this. I've just been feeling in a bit of a lull with my reading, and I've really wanted something to spark it again. But I know the next month's Buzzwordathon, there's so many books that I can do for it. Hello, it's me. It is Saturday, and yesterday was Friday, so we've missed a whole day in this video because it was just chaotic. I don't know what happened, But it just went mental. Did the grocery shopping, walked the dogs, went to the pharmacy for mum, went to get some gas and electric at the local store. I went to work. I got Sam some food because she was called into work early, and I had to get petrol. So it just seemed to like go absolutely crazy. I did manage to get some reading done last night, not a lot, but I am just over the halfway mark of With Malice. As soon as I start reading it, I don't want to put it down. I am so hooked. I am kind of predicting things. I don't know if it's going to be accurate, but I am finding this really interesting. She's been transferred into a specific type of hospital, like a rehabilitation centre, where she's doing physio like stuff to get her moving again and to look after her body. But she is also doing like counselling, therapy, that type of thing as well. And she is trying to get some memories back. She has had one memory return. However, we're not 100% sure if she dreamt it or if it's a made up memory, like a false memory, or if it actually happened. We're also in between chapters getting snippets of what other people are saying, whether it be online, people that went on the trip to Italy with them, friends and family. So we are also getting that in between, and some articles, police interviews and reviews, that type of thing. It's really interesting, really enjoying it. The characters are great. Her dad really bugs me. And she's got a lawyer that just needs a slap, but it is very enjoyable. So that is what we've got going on in the reading section at the moment. I have a very busy week next week. I've only got today and tomorrow left of this vlog, where I will be finishing With Malice and giving my final thoughts and my final review. So we would have only done 2 books in this video, which is absolutely fine. I'm always happy if more than one book was finished in a week. That is perfection to me. That is all I need. Sometimes I can get more than this done. However, I have been at work with a new job. I have been trying to pick myself back up, because there are times where I feel really heavy and really drained, and I just struggle to find it in me to do something. So I'm currently dealing with that as well. I did want to film my May wrap up. I did actually want to film a June TBR because it is a big one. There are 2 readathons that I want to take part in next month, and that is coming up in a couple of days. It is not long until the 1st of June, and I want to do the buzzwordathon and I want to do the queer lit readathon. So the queer lit readathon does have a bingo board, which I'll put up here. So I believe it's up to whoever takes part on how they want to use the bingo board. With the books, I have managed to collect from a little bit of my collection, but mostly my sister Sam's collection. I have managed to, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to get rid of the kind of second row and then the bottom row. So there's 2 rows in between. So the top row I don't think I'll be able to do, and then the like 3rd one down I don't think. So second and fourth I think I'll be able to cross those off of the bingo board, which I'll be really pleased with, but that involves reading 7 books. So I'm just going to whiz through those books now. I've got them next to me. Here they are. So that is 7 books for the queer lit readathon, and that is from the 6th to the 12th of June, and then from the 1st to the 6th I'm going to try and do the buzzwordathon. However, for the buzzwordathon I have 4 books on my bookshelf, and I've got 3 books waiting for me at the library, which I'm collecting next week. So I have a current 7 books for each challenge. However, I'm thinking of doing 2 weeks of buzzwordathon videos. So doing next week a buzzwordathon, and then the week after I will be doing the queer lit readathon, and then after that I will do another buzzwordathon. So I have a lot of reading plans. Not only that, next week I have a haircut booked. I just want to get these sides sorted out, make me feel a little bit neater while my hair grows. So I'm doing that on Tuesday, as well as going to the library, as well as working, and then going back to Bristol on Thursday. I'm taking Mum because she has the medication we need to pick up, and then hopefully we'll see some family members. That weekend, so next weekend, my dad, stepmom and half-brothers are also coming to stay with us. So we have a very full-on week. We've got some gardening to do, so hopefully we can sit in the garden when my family comes to visit. So I need to cut the grass. We need to clear some of the rubbish. The garden really needs some work before we have people coming over. So everything feels a little bit crazy right now. There seems to be so much to do. Let's just have a little chat about these books. So first of all, I am going to read Here the Whole Time. And I say first of all, I don't know what order I'm going to read these in. I will probably look at the bingo board and choose a row and focus on that particular row first, and then see how far through it I get. So this has got summer vibes. So this is Here the Whole Time by Victor Martins, and I don't know anything about it. We are going to read the back, see if we could get an idea of what this book is about. This is one of my sister's books. My whole life I've avoided mirrors because I didn't like what they had to show me, but today is different because I look at my reflection and don't hate myself right away. Philippe doesn't believe someone like Caio could ever fall for someone like him. But over the next 15 days, everything will change. So a little romance, very cute. It's an adorable looking book. I think it's beautiful. I love this shiny type of cover. It's really nice. So let's see how many pages this one is. Let's get rid of the acknowledgements. 273, so it's quite a few pages. This is the first one, and then I have already shown you this book, which was going to be for the Buzzwordathon, but I have changed it because this meets the criteria for the Queer Lit readathon. So this is Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. Very excited for. Then we have Pretty Things, and again this is a recommendation from Sam. But I was in love with Lankum Juicy Tubes, Lotus Fuxen accessories, and Charlie, her gay best friend. Charlie is in love with 1960s pop art, 1980s teen movies, and serial heartbreaker Walker. Walker has only ever been in love with his VW bug until he meets Daisy, and Daisy is too busy hating everyone to know what love is. Here the Whole Time is actually crossing off the one that is not set in your continent. I believe they are in Spain. It was going to be summer vibes, however I'm not doing that row anymore, so this is not set in your continent. And then we've got this one that covers the religion aspect, and then this one covers the M spec. Next we've got Gravity of Us, which covers Will Bring Me Joy. I don't know a lot about this one, however I know that space is involved, that type of thing. So when Cal's dad is selected for NASA's mission to Mars, Cal feels his future is falling apart. How can he become a serious journalist when his own family is part of the hottest story around? And how long can his parents pretend to be picture perfect when all they do is fight? Only Leon understands. He's an Astro kid too. Before Cal knows it, falling apart becomes falling head over heels. This sounds adorable. This sounds like the male kind of version of Weight of the Stars, which I gave 5 stars. Absolutely loved that book. So this does cover the Will Bring Me Joy. And then next we've got Loveless. This is going to cover underrepresented identity. So Loveless involves a sexual and a romantic character. So I don't know much about this apart from that it's super hyped on BookTube. Super hyped. Sam gave it 5 stars. She has annotated this book, so there are some bits that Sam has highlighted and kind of put some sticky tabs on, so it's going to be interesting to read which bits that stood out to her as well. Then next up we have Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and this is my shorter than a novel, although it is a massive book. Like, it is quite thick, but the only comics I kind of have are quite big ones, so it won't take me long to get through this. There's not loads of like writing, it's all quite small, so this will be my shorter than a novel, even though it's quite thick. I think I'll get through this quite quickly. Next up, oh, lastly, actually, we're on our last book. We have They Both Die at the End, and this book covers my recommended by someone, and my sisters wanted me to read this for a while. However, because they both die at the end, I feel like it's going to break me. So I'm not going to read too much about this, especially the back. I don't want to know how sad this might be before going into it, so I'm just going to dive right in and we'll find out together. So that's what they all cover. I haven't told you who's written each one. However, one of the bingos, or one of the squares on the bingo board, is 40% different ethnicities of author. So I've got a few black authors, and I've got one that is Asian, I believe. No, I just knocked them all over. One black author and 2 Asian authors. So that knocks off my 40% as well. So that would be 2 rows of the bingo board that I can possibly achieve for the challenge. So that week or 6 days, I will be non-stop reading. That is all I will be doing. And that reading vlog will just consist of reading updates. But I'm excited for it. I really am excited for it, because these are some really good books. I'm sorry if you can hear Roxy. She seems to have found a moth and has been chasing it around the dining room. Anywho, that's a lot of reading. I do look forward to it because I love queer lit. Queer literature is the best kind of literature. I do have some more queer books myself. However, because they're such high priority on my TBR, I've already read them, so I wanted to focus on some newer books. There were some more I wanted to cross off of the bingo board, but I wouldn't have time and I wouldn't be able to get my hands on those books soon enough. So I'm going to finish with Malice, and then starting next week we will do the buzzwordathon. The first is on Tuesday, which is when I'll be going to the library. However, I might actually start with one of the books I have at home, because it's quite a small book, and that way I can kind of get a head start on one of the readathons straight away. You drinking from the stream? Happy Sunday. I am just taking the dogs out. It's 1:30 and I haven't finished my book, and I'm at the edge of my seat. I really want to know what actually happened, and I'm about 75% of the way through. Definitely going to finish it today. I am just hooked. I really want to know, and I've got like a few guesses but nothing solid as to what actually happened. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. Just taking the dogs out, and when I get home I'm going to cut the grass, possibly have a shower and get ready for work, because I start work at 3, so I haven't got long. It's bank holiday, so I'm back at work again tomorrow. It's such a stunning day. It's beautiful. It's like beach weather. It's so nice. Today is going to be ending this vlog, and I will finish with my final book review. Tomorrow I will start a new vlog, and tomorrow I will be hopefully having some time to edit this one and get it up for Tuesday. I have a busy week planned next week, so obviously we're going to ignore the bed hair that I've still got going, but I really like this outfit today. I like this t-shirt with these trousers. I feel quite cute in this. I like it a lot. This t-shirt is one from one of my past videos, and when it arrived it was like down to here and a high kind of neckline, and Sam altered it for me and I absolutely love it. Cute. So I thought I'd give my final thoughts on With Malice and end this weekly vlog. I gave this a 4 out of 5. I found it quite unexpected, the ending, and not necessarily in a bad way, just I thought it would be a bit darker, I suppose. I am really pleased with how this book went. I can't really say I'm disappointed with any of it. I thought we might have a different type of villain than we did, and I called them a villain, but it was just I suppose you can call them a villain, but a negative character. And I don't know, I wasn't sad by her friend's death by the end of this book. So it is definitely worth a read. I really enjoyed it. I picked this up at a charity shop for 99p, and it has been a really good read. I've enjoyed it so much. It was just really gripping, and there were twists. It was just unexpected for me. So that's it. That's this week's vlog. I am hoping to get this up at the right time, but we don't know what's going to happen. I'm in my jammies, and this is the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.